We need to sign up to the globalist agenda that way, And to think that, whoever the next prime minister is, whether it's ScoMo or Albo, for them to just turn around and be like, well, look, we've signed a treaty, we have to abide by it. I mean, that will be their fallback. It just takes us one step closer to this kind of global one world government where we're all kind of singing to the same tune. And not just Australia, just imagine those poor third world countries that don't have that type of power that even Australia has to have a voice. Imagine those countries.
I remember a few years ago when you heard people talking about one world government and new world order, you thought, oh my God, the conspiracy theorists, nutcase. But it's all playing out here. It's for real. Maybe some of those people had bad intentions when they were talking about it, but the truth is, the fact is, we're here today in Switzerland. There are two major things happening in the same week. The WHO meeting to take full control of the entire world, or anyone who's willing to sign themselves up to it.
But these two groups, you have almost like a private group with the WEF, and then you have the UN, who is running the WHO, and you just see this symbiosis between them coming together in this one place. It's just everything that conspiracy theorists say. They're doing it out in the open, and no one's talking about it, really.
They're not, and if they're talking about it, they're not really questioning it. So thanks for coming. I know, like, you have an actual other job. You run a proper business. So this is my gig 24/7.
Yeah.
I don't reckon I could do this without you. So, and I don't reckon I could do it as well as we're gonna do it. If you weren't here, just discussing it, just sitting here on the train for a few hours and hashing it out, I think is what's going to make all the difference when it comes to showing people what's happening and getting people to think about it.
I totally agree, and I think that's what, governments and authorities don't want. People talking about this. People talking about the consequences of what these things mean. People talking about the ramifications of what these types of treaties mean. Because we might not see it today, but the next time something comes along like this, we will feel the full force of these types of treaties, and it'll be too late by then. By then, we'll be arguing about what we should do to walk ourselves out of it. When we have a moment, an opportunity now, before it's even signed, to put pressure on our governments to actually shine a light on what this means for our country.
Now, be honest, it's actually pretty gorgeous out here. 100%. You would have preferred to be here with your missus than with me.
I kind of understand why the oligarchs and globalists come here.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, it is. It's like it feels like you're in a movie. But yeah, it would have been nice to just come here on holiday and not. We're going to be working from as soon as it starts. We're going to be
on the go,
chasing down what's happening, and it's not just us. There's five of us. The rest of the team's going to meet us, but we've done a trek of. By the time we get to where we're staying, it's going to have been 3 full days of travel.
I mean, I would definitely have taken the private jet if I had that opportunity. I understand.
If I could afford it, guys, help us out. WEFreports.com. If you give us enough, we can take a private jet. But for now, we're stuck on this train.
Economy trains will do.
It'll do. You know what? I don't care. I'll do it. We'll do it.
100%.
But no, if you do give enough, we will take the jet. So put a special note there. But it's funny. They are they're the preachers of climate responsibility and preaching and what we have to do. It's just like Klaus Schwab, where the famous line, "You'll own nothing and you'll be happy," but these guys own everything.
Yeah.
And they're only happy when we own nothing. They're only happy when we take the economy train.
Yeah. And that line, "You'll own nothing and be happy," that's taken on great prominence. But I wonder what agenda, what motto they'll come up with this year.
Well, last year was 2 years ago was the Great Reset. That's
Great Reset.
The other conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting how it all plays out. But we'll be out there. We'll be chasing it all down.
Yeah, I think, and most importantly, I think Rebel, you guys will be covering the angles that the traditional journalists who have been given a green light to enter the lair of the oligarchs. You'll be giving the people's perspective, right? On the ground perspective.
100%.
The things that they don't want you to know, the things that they don't want you to see.
Well, why did you agree to come on this?
Because that's what I'm all about. That's why I'm here. Definitely.
It's not because you're scared of the kick Rukshan day that I've You're not running away from Australia. It's really cool. But it's great because also we got it now. Like, this is hard enough. Just getting there is hard enough, and just the logistics of it all is so complicated in a country a foreign country. You know, we're not going to be the most welcome media around doing all that, but then having an entire team behind us in Canada to help make sure, like, to publish everything. They're going to run all the stories as it happens on that WEFreports.com.
Yeah.
You know, all our needs, everything's taken care of. Our job is just to go out there and tell the other side of the story. It is kind of an honour. Like, I enjoy it. I have fun. This is fun. It's been a bit tough travelling here, but let's not talk about the downsides of this. But it's you know, we've got a mission, and that mission is only possible with the team back in Canada, the people at home that are helping support, make it happen. You know, ABC get to come here, fully funded by the taxpayer, only to regurgitate the mainstream, the talking points, the government lines.
They got the memo.
That's right. They got the email. They got the press release from the WHO. They got the press release from World Economic Forum. They got the press release from the government, and they're just going to spin. They might ask a couple of questions that they'll throw in there to make it look like they're being tough, but they're not really going to get down to it and expose these corrupt, disgraceful organisations and the people behind them, like we're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here after a long 3 days of trekking. The World Economic Forum annual meeting starting next week. Now, if you think this is as important as I do, make sure to share every single story posted at WEFreports.com from the entire team converging here in Switzerland. And then, if you're willing and you're able, please give what you can to ensure that we can cover this most important event. Unlike the mainstream media, we do not rely on public funding to cover our costs here. It's up to you guys. Your generosity is what makes this possible. And I get the feeling we're needed now more than ever. WEFreports.com. Share the truth and support our work.